Hello. Okay. Took off my wrap. Kind of ends up dragging my mouth more if I take it off. Gotta kind of like stretch my shoulder a bit. Wasn't a bad day. Didn't feel super sick. And I feel okay. Um, uh, that's diluted. It's good. And I'll do it for a bit of reading to see how that's progressing. See if it's more possible. To the party. Exit. You cannot guarantee Ukraine security without. If Donald Trump withdraws U.S. support for Ukraine, Europe alone will be unable to fill the gap. Vladimir Zelensky has warned on the eve of what could be his most consequential diplomatic trip since Russia's full scale invasion 3 years ago. There are voices which say that Europe could offer security guarantees without the Americans. And I always say no, said the Ukrainian president during an hour-long interview with The Guardian at the presidential administration in Kyiv. Security guarantees without America are not real security guarantees, he added. Trump has said he wants to end the war in Ukraine, but skeptics fear that a U.S. brokered deal could involve forcing Ukraine to capitulate to Vladimir Putin's maximalist demands. Zelensky said he was ready to negotiate, but wanted Ukraine to do so from a position of strength, and said he would offer American companies lucrative reconstruction contracts and investment concessions to try to get Trump on side. Those who are helping us to save Ukraine will have the chance to renovate it with their businesses to get Ukrainian businesses. All these things we are ready to speak about in detail, he said. Zelensky will travel to the Munich Security Conference later this week, where he expects to meet the US President J.D. Vance, one of the most hostile towards Ukraine among Trump's inner circle. At last year's conference, Vance, then a senator, refused to meet Zelensky, and he has previously said he does not really care what happens to Ukraine, one way or the other. Zelensky also plans to meet other members of Trump's team, yes, the influential senators in Munich, but there is not yet a date to meet Trump himself, he said, although his team is working to fix one. Trump said over the weekend that he would probably meet Zelensky this week, and it is possible that the Ukrainian president could fly to Washington from Munich. We are hoping that our teams will fix a date and a plan of meetings in the US as soon as it is agreed. We are ready. I am ready, he said. Zelensky switched between Ukrainian and English to make his points during the interview, conducted on Monday afternoon in a lavishly decorated inside the heavily fortified administration building in central Kyiv. During the first phase of the full-scale invasion, his communication skills and passionate pleas were credited with forcing reluctant Western leaders to back Ukraine with weapons and financial support. Now, in Trump, Zelensky faces a, a new challenge with a major skeptic on continuing support for Kyiv becoming the leader of the country's biggest ally. In a Fox News interview aired late on Monday, Trump said the US had spent hundreds of billions of dollars on Ukraine in recent years. They may make a deal, they may not make a deal. They may be Russian someday, they may not be Russian someday, but we're going to have all this money in there, and I said I want it back, said Trump. It means that along with Zelensky's oft-heard messages about the geopolitical and risks of allowing Russia to prevail in Ukraine, he has added some new ones, tailor-made for the US president. Most notable is the idea that the US will get priority access to Ukraine's rare earths, a prospect that has piqued Trump's interest enough for him to mention it several times in recent media appearances. Zelensky said he pitched this idea to Trump back in September when the pair met in New York, and he intends to return with a more detailed plan about opportunities for U.S. companies, both in the reconstruction of post-war Ukraine and the extraction of Ukrainian resources. So I guess I'll do that and see like how I feel. So it's some strange stuff reading, and I don't know. I mean, I feel okay. See how things turn out. See how things are tomorrow. And I think today was an okay day. Thank you.